Hello and welcome to the video. This is a very quick video as a follow-up really to one that I did about a week ago, and that was looking at the Brain FPV tools that they've brought out to allow you to change both the initial startup logo that's shown when you fire up Betaflight, but also to change the logo that you get in the main screen. So rather than just have the craft name displayed as your pilot's name, to actually have a graphical logo in there as well. Now, thank you to everybody that kind of gave me a nudge and said, oh, hang on a minute, you can actually do that with standard Betaflight as well. So if you're not running one of the excellent Brain FPV flight controllers, the RE1 or the new Radix, then you can still do this. And what you have to do is edit a font file. Now, this model here is the one that we're going to change. This is the fantastic FlySky X150. This is probably my favorite sub 5-inch quad. It gets flown an awful lot. Now, unfortunately, the way it starts up, there's a Foxeer logo that kind of kicks in, but I'd rather have my painless pill being shown rather than the Betaflight logo. So if I very quickly just plug this in, let me just show you how it looks before we start the process. Pretty standard stuff. We get the Betaflight logo over the top while it starts, then it immediately drops back to the standard on-screen display. Now, what's actually happening here is the on-screen display cannot display any graphics, so it's actually cheating in order to display the Betaflight logo. So if we open a font file, so here's the one that I've actually already edited. And don't worry, I'll show you in a second how to do this really simply. Somebody's created a little tool. At the bottom, there is the logo all cut up into little characters. And all it's doing is just displaying those fields at the bottom, all stuck back together like a big jigsaw to make the graphic. So it's a kind of a one-shot deal. It does mean, though, that you can have whatever you want showing in your goggles when you fire up your model. So in order to do this, and I'll do it on this model in a second, it requires a couple of steps. The first is to create the logo file itself and then use a little tool that's been created by somebody on eekzinet.com. I'll put a link in the description and show you all that in a second. It'll create a custom font file, just like the one we've looked at, that you can upload then via the OSD tab in Betaflight, and when you boot it up next time, you'll get your logo. So let me just take you onto the website first of all. Again, link in the description, and show you the process. What you need to do is first of all upload the source image, pick the base OSD font that you want to change it to. Again, there are lots of default fonts in Betaflight that you can use. I'm going to use the default one. Make sure that you're not a robot, and then generate the graphics file, which is actually an MCM file, .mcm. Now, if we just click on more info here, it kind of talks you through the process. First thing you need to do is create an image that's 288 by 72 pixels, ideally in a PNG or BMP format. The background has to be full green, and you can only use black and white colors. So let me just very quickly show you what mine looks like that I've created. And all I did is I just downloaded this original template to make sure the green was the right color, and then put my painless pill on here. Again, all black or all white icons. Not tons and tons of room, so you have to be a little bit careful, but that's what I did. Then to create the MCM file, if we just go back, the font file, we're going to select the source image and pop that in. We're going to pick the base OSD font that we want to be replaced. Again, we're going to go for default, click I am not a robot, click on generate, and then it will give you the MCM file, which is the font file. So save that onto your computer, and then you're ready for the next bit. Now, the next bit's pretty straightforward. We need to go into Betaflight. So let me very quickly plug in this little model. And now we're connected to the model, we can go into the OSD tab. In the bottom right hand corner, we have something called Font Manager. So that is what we were looking at before. Tempted to actually turn off the RSSI value because that isn't really working very well. Click save, but we can click on Font Manager, and here are the default fonts that you can use. So as you click through, it kind of gives you an idea of what they all look like. And again, if you wanted to change one of these fonts, you could choose the one that you wanted to edit in that original web page that we've just looked at. So I'm going to open the font file because the font file is the one that we've just downloaded or created. So there it is. We're going to say open. So that's the classic font layout. In this though, it doesn't show you the graphics that we saw at the very beginning, and we're going to click on upload font. That's going to dump it into the on-screen display. It'll reboot and start up, and now if I disconnect from this and we go back to the bench and power it up, you should see that when it powers up, we now have my painless pill being displayed at the beginning. So hopefully that's interesting to those of you that already have a Betaflight on-screen display. It has to be one of the integrated Betaflight on-screen displays, part of the flight controller. But if you can upload different fonts, you can get onto that web page and create your own graphic. Then it's very easy to use that graphic to create a custom MCM font file, and then use Betaflight to upload that font file onto your quadcopter. It'll show your custom logo when it starts up. If you found that video useful or like the content, then please hit the like and subscribe button down below. If you want to go the extra step, you can become a Patreon of the Painless 360 channel and help provide support for what I do here. All the videos created here are put into playlists, so if you're interested in a particular topic, have a look at the playlist, and they all are organised in there to make them easier to use. If you're not sure if there's a video for your particular problem or topic you want to know more about, then add Painless 360 to the Google search term that you're interested in, and that should find the video, article or content about the particular thing that you're interested in having a look at.